So, I was 50-50 on making this video, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I am tired of what happened. I don't care what kind of backlash I get if people do not like what I have to say here, but everyone is saying the same thing that I want to say. From all the different kinds of reviews I have listened to, everyone is going to be saying the exact same thing as me. This video is going to be about good old Dwayne Johnson himself. The man behind the soul taking. The man that wanted to steal Cody's soul. He appeared on Pat McAfee Show to do damage control. To try and not put the blame on himself. He's literally putting the blame on Triple H and his creative team. Now, while I have criticized Triple H in the past, while I have criticized Triple H over these years since he's been taken over, I am not going to blame him in any way, shape, or form for what happened in the main event of WrestleMania. I will blame him for having Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. I will blame him for the lackluster shit that he's been giving me over the last several months. I will blame him for all of that. But I am not going to be giving him any blame for the main event of WrestleMania. And I've had time to think about it. And I'm not going to put that on him because he was put in a bad spot here. And yes, I know, it's shocking. I'm defending Triple H. But I'm going to defend him on this occasion. The Rock basically ruined WrestleMania 41. He ruined everything. He ruined the main event. He ruined what could have been special. I don't know why The Rock is so obsessed with wanting Cody Rhodes to turn heel. Well, at first, I didn't know why, but now it seems like I now know why. And after listening to a lot of different reviews and how people wanted WrestleMania 41 to end, apparently the original plan was for John Cena to turn heel at WrestleMania 41 itself. Apparently that was the original plan. They originally wanted John to turn heel at WrestleMania. And you know what? I would have preferred this after what we just had happen. After what The Rock did, I would have preferred that. Because at least it would have been like, holy shit, we just ended WrestleMania with John Cena cheating to win to beat Cody Rhodes, and then he turns heel on him after the match, and then we're all left in shock that John Cena just turned heel. If they did it completely like that, I would have been satisfied. But after how everything has gone through up to this point, I am now done with The Rock. I do not want to see this guy back. Honestly, I've never really liked seeing The Rock come back. It's fine to see The Rock come back when he wants to just talk, you know, do his usual jokes. But he is now actively involving himself in storylines that he's not going to finish. He is so mad. He tried to ruin the WrestleMania 40 main event. Remember, guys. Remember when I went on that epic rant about WrestleMania 40 and how they ruined Cody Rhodes by turning him into a pussy, by having him pass his championship opportunity to The Rock? And I had a lot of people angry at me, saying, oh, this is just like Daniel Bryan. This is just like Daniel Bryan. I had a lot of people telling me how wrong I was. Having no reason to be angry. Oh, Cody Rhodes will get added. It's going to be the same thing as Daniel Bryan. That's what people were telling me. People were telling me it's going to be the exact same thing as Daniel Bryan. But here's the thing. The thing with Daniel Bryan, all of that was planned. All of that was a part of the plan. The Rock is the board of directors of TKO. He can make changes. The Rock wanted his match with Roman Reigns. So his best way to do it was to get Cody Rhodes out of the match. He wanted to get Cody out of the match after he won the Royal Rumble. He would give his title shot to The Rock. Then The Rock could be the ultimate babyface to go into WrestleMania 40 to fight his cousin. That's what The Rock wanted. But then, the Cody Crybabies, as what Dwayne called us, all stood up for Cody. Seth stood up for Cody. Everyone stood up for Cody. We all chanted, "We want Cody." And The Rock got mad. He got mad that we all did not want him. He got mad that we all didn't want him in the main event of WrestleMania 40. He is so pissed. He tried to sabotage Cody. And it ultimately failed. Cody got his story finished. All because Cody and the fans all stood up for him, and we all stood up for him, and we fought back against The Rock. And The Rock is now pissed off that he never got his match. He never got his moment, so he had to become the bad guy. He was forced to be a heel. The Rock doesn't want to be a heel. He wants to be the admirable babyface for the fans to cheer. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be the people's champion. That's what he wants to be. He didn't want to be the bad guy. He was forced into becoming one because the fans rejected him. The Daniel Bryan stuff was all planned. You cannot tell me that what The Rock did last year was exactly the plan. You could tell The Rock was trying to sabotage Cody. Sure, the build and all that was great, but after what we just saw with The Rock and how he responded on the Pat McAfee Show, when I went on that epic rant, I now have every reason to do it. There is no way that you can tell me that Cody winning the Rumble, pointing at Roman, and then telling Roman, "I'm not going to fight you at WrestleMania," was all planned. The Rock sabotaged Cody. He tried to last year, and it failed. He failed to sabotage Cody last year because we as the fans wanted Cody to be the guy to beat Roman. And he was so pissed, so angry. His ego got bruised. His ego got bruised and he couldn't kill it with a smile. And so now he comes back and does it again. He now wants to be friendly with Cody, like he was on the Netflix show. Calls him our champion. But then he wants to try and sell his soul. He basically said he wanted Cody Rhodes to sell his soul. He wanted Cody Rhodes to turn heel. That's what The Rock said. The Rock said he wanted Cody to be the guy to sell his soul and turn heel. While Cody was at the peak of his popularity. This guy is so obsessed, so pissed off that Cody Rhodes is so over and the fans have accepted him as their babyface. He was so pissed about it that he wants to turn Cody heel so everybody can boo him, so then he can come back as the heroic babyface, take down the American Nightmare, raise the title up, and the fans cheering him. That's what Dwayne wanted. And if you can't see that bigger picture, then I don't know what to tell you. he also ruined John Cena's heel turn. John Cena, from the original plan, sounded like he was going to turn heel at WrestleMania. And I would have preferred that better than what The Rock tried to do with the whole selling his soul bullshit. And the excuse that Rock made is like, Nick Khan or whoever it was, the head of TKO, was calling him saying, hey, you know, our ticket sales are down. We need you. You don't need The Rock. You have Cody Rhodes, John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi. You even had Trish Stratus there. Trish freaking Stratus there. You had multiple big names on the card. You didn't need Dwayne. And if the ticket sales are down, then maybe lower the damn prices. Because it sounds like, from what I've been hearing, the fans have been getting angry with the pricing of tickets. If you don't want, you're literally forcing people to cough up money, possibly thousands of dollars, just so that they can, you know, buy a ticket to a wrestling show. Why do the tickets need to be so darn expensive? I'm expecting the tickets to be goddamn expensive when they come to Australia in October. And then I won't be able to go because my parents will look at the price and be like, oh, no, screw that. We're not paying that much for tickets. You'll have to watch it at home, Pat. Sorry, Pat. The tickets are worth $600. We're not paying that much. And they say the ticket sales are down. It's because you're making your tickets too pricey. You're making your tickets too damn expensive and too damn pricey that people do not want to spend that much money. And then you want to rely on The Rock to put more butts in seats? I guarantee you, if you lowered the prices, you probably would have gotten the same amount of people without The Rock. The fact that The Rock was used to sell more tickets is a downright travesty. And then The Rock has the nerve to say, my job is done. My job is done. I don't need to be a part of this anymore. He said, he tells, I'm going to put all the spotlight on Cody and John Cena. They can take it from here. I'm staying out. No, Dwayne. You involved yourself in this story. You were the one that came up with this whole story. And then you want to bail? And then they had to change how John Cena turned heel. They literally had to change John Cena's explanation. John Cena sold his soul to The Rock. And he basically went on a tirade for 3 weeks about the fans. That's what John Cena did. He went on a tirade for 3 damn weeks about how the fans mistreated him. And not a single mention of him selling his soul to The Rock. It's absolutely insane to me. Insane to me how The Rock was playing on defense here. He was playing damage control. He was trying to say, hey, look, it's not my fault. Blame Triple H. Blame his creative. It ain't my fault. I made the decision to stay out of it. I made the decision to stay out of it, so don't blame me. Blame the guy upstairs. Blame the guy that had the pen. That's basically what he was doing. He was basically saying, point the finger at Hunter. He was the one that made the decision. He was the one that made the call. He was the one that booked that main event. Blame him. No, Dwayne, we're blaming you because you were the figurehead of this entire storyline. And then he's basically saying he wants to go back to the selling of his soul storyline later with Cody Rhodes. He says, I'm going to come back to it. Me and Cody will eventually come back to it. What do you mean come back to it? You've already done it. You already did it. You don't need to go back to something you've already done. You already asked him to sell your soul, and he said no. And once again, The Rock once again decides to get aggressive. He's mad once again because Cody Rhodes refuses to turn heel. Because Rock keeps saying Cody's a smart guy. Oh yeah, if my boss if my board of director came to me, if I was the top biggest babyface in the entire world on top of my game because I finished my story and everyone around the world loves me and they're all buying my t-shirts, if the board of directors of TKO came up to me and said, hey man, we want you to turn heel, yeah, I would absolutely say no too. That's not being smart business. Smart business is not telling your number one babyface to turn heel. Maybe down the road in the future, Cody Rhodes could be a heel, but not at the peak of his popularity. This man Cody Rhodes carried WWE through 2024 with his matches with AJ Styles. He carried Solo Sikoa, tried to get good matches out of Solo. His matches with Kevin Owens. He legitimately was one of the best WWE champions in a while. Some people will say it's lackluster. Some people will say it wasn't good. Some people will say it was bad. But in my opinion, Cody Rhodes was doing great as the champion. 9 title defenses. More than what Roman Reigns could have ever been able to accomplish. That's the same amount that Rhea Ripley had when she was champion for 380 days. And Cody was active, just like she was. I swear, this man is obsessed with turning Cody heel. You can't tell me he wants to turn Cody heel because he thinks, oh, it would freshen up his character. No, he's trying to turn Cody heel because he's pissed that the fans chose Cody over him to be the guy to beat Roman. The guy that ended the 4.5-year run of Roman Reigns lost because of a rapper, a kick to the balls, and a title shot to their head. That was all because of The Rock. John Cena was supposed to apparently turn heel at WrestleMania, and you know what? I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that, and The Rock, he is a joke, man. He's a joke. I was willing to give this guy a fair chance as the board of director. I thought maybe this guy could actually do some good for the business, to help the business. I thought The Rock could have helped the business grow. TKO have been literally the worst thing that has ever happened to WWE. It's almost like Vince McMahon saw the future. It's almost like Vince McMahon knew that WWE would become a shithole with TKO, because I feel like every single time we see TKO get involved, something shitty seems to happen in WWE. It's almost like Vince McMahon sold WWE to TKO specifically for this reason, because he wants someone to take over and book WWE the same way he did. The Rock is becoming like Vince. He is becoming the new Vince. Worse, he's becoming like Hulk Hogan, lying and trying to cover things up. Blame other people for the situations. Saying, oh, I wasn't there. Oh yeah, I wasn't there. I was in Hawaii. My business is done. Then go away. If you're not going to commit to a storyline, then you should go the hell away. There was no reason for The Rock to be involved. He did not need to be involved in this story. He did not need to be called to come and help ticket sales with Elimination Chamber. You have enough big names already on your card to help you sell tickets. You even brought back Trish Stratus specifically for that show to help boost the ticket sales. We did not need Dwayne. I know people love The Rock because of the stuff he did as a professional wrestler. I respect what he did as a performer. But what he's been doing lately as a part of the booking committee has not been great. You cannot start a storyline by having John Cena sell his soul but then bugger off and never come back. You cannot. You cannot start a storyline and say, peace out guys, you guys do the rest. If The Rock wanted to put the attention on Cody Rhodes and John Cena, then he should have stayed out. He should have just let John Cena win the chamber as normal. John and Cody celebrate like two baby faces. And then at WrestleMania 40, John Cena turns heel. He cheats to win the title. And then he turns heel. You could have done all that. You could have done exactly the same thing. Just minus The Rock and minus Travis Scott. You could have done exactly the same way John Cena turned heel. Just without The Rock and Travis Scott. But now John Cena's legacy is being tarnished. His 17th title win is now tarnished because of this. His title win is now tarnished because of this. His 17th title is tarnished because we have to deal with the image of Travis Scott being the reason John Cena is a 17-time champion. Good job, Dwayne. Good job. Yes, I am usually one of those guys that will rip Triple H a new one if he does anything bad. But I cannot bring myself to blaming him for what transpired in this main event at WrestleMania. Yes, I know he was the one that booked it. He was the one that okayed it. But here's the thing. When you've got a guy like The Rock who was supposed to be a part of the storyline but then bails, what can Triple H really do in that situation? What can he really do in that situation when the guy who initiated the heel turn is not even going to be there? What can you really do then? You're stuck with Travis Scott because you're like, well, we got, the heel turn, the guy that initiated it is not there, and then we've got Travis Scott. We got to use Travis Scott. We didn't need Travis Scott and we did not need The Rock. And it pisses me off to no end that The Rock had to do what he had to do. If you're not going to commit to storylines, then do not show up. I wish they would tell him this. Hey, look, man. If you're not gonna keep yourself involved in these storylines, then you should not be getting involved at all. This man is obsessed with turning Cody Rhodes heel. This man is obsessed with turning the most beloved babyface into a heel. He's so obsessed with it. Cody's at the peak of his popularity and he wants to make him a bad guy. Why? Not because Cody Rhodes needs it, not because it will freshen Cody Rhodes' character, because he hates the fact that the fans have picked him over The Rock. They picked Cody over him to beat Roman. Either you commit to storylines that you start, or stay away. It angers me to no end that this is how things have went. And the excuses that The Rock made were just pathetic. And I feel bad for all the fans that bought a Rock t-shirt that said finally The Rock had come back to Las Vegas, because they literally spent money on a t-shirt of a guy that was never even going to be there. I said WrestleMania 41 was a complete and utter disappointment, outside of a few good matches. And I still stand by that. And that rant that I did a year ago about The Rock trying to sabotage Cody and steal his moment, I am officially standing by that now. I'm officially standing by everything I said in that video. Because I truly believe The Rock is trying to sabotage Cody, he's trying to ruin his popularity, ruin him as a babyface, all because he had his ego bruised because the fans chose Cody over him. Stay out of storylines, Dwayne. We don't want you, and we don't need you.